beautiful, isn't it?
Welcome to News Insider and Walk With Me Movies Review channel. So today we're gonna talk about the Eternal movie. So let's talk about the what is Eternal story. Everything we know about the plot. The first trailer for Eternal is light on a story detail. So here everything we know about the plot of Marvel Studios' upcoming Phase 4 movie. The first trailer for Eternal is light on story details. So here's everything we know about the plot of Marvel Studios' upcoming Phase 4 movies. Following the conclusion of the Infinity Saga, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is evolving in some surprising direction. There are plenty of familiar characters returning to the spotlight in the movies and Disney Plus shows. But Marvel is launching new potential franchisee. The MCU has several well-known characters who they can bring to the screen. But Eternals will put another obscure comic team front and center several years after the risk of Guardian of the Galaxy paid off. With general audience having less familiarity with the Eternal character, Marvel has made up some ground by assembling an incredible collection of talent to bring the concept of life. Eternal is directed by Chloe Zhao, who is fresh off winning a Best Director Oscar for Nomadland, and she's infused the film with different style with the MCU adventures. Gemma Chan leads the diverse cast as Cersei, one of that superhuman being known as Eternal. She's joined by Angelina Jolie, Thena, Salma Hayek, Ajak, Richard Madden, Kumail Nanjiani, Kingo, Brian Terry. Their involvement raised interest level in Eternal and is one reason why so many fans are intrigued to see what is whole. After a few release date delays, Eternal is finally locked in for November 2021 release date in theater. Marvel Studios released the first Eternal trailer long after the fans thought it would arrive, but it only offered a tease of what the movie will hold. There are some clues to the plot, including the trailer. However, there's still a lot of Marvel marketing team is hiding for keeping vague for so far. Thanks to various interview, other marketing material, and the trailer itself, too, here's everything we know about Eternal's plot. Eternal takes place after Endgame. It is confirmed that the Eternal is primarily set after the event of Avengers Endgame. The movie's official synopsis revealed this information before the trailer dropping, but footage from the film provide further confirmation. There aren't any reference to Thanos, even though the Mad Titan has ties to the Eternal. But some element of Avengers Endgame are still referenced in the trailer. Sprite says near the end of the trailer that Iron Man and Captain Roger are no longer around. This is a clear tie to Avengers Endgame conclusion, where Iron Man died using the Infinity Stone and Steve Rogers effectively disappeared from the MCU timeline by growing old with Peggy Carter. Furthermore, Sprite calling Steve Captain Rogers could signify that the movies take place after the Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well, which would move present-day setting of Eternal plot to sometime in 2024 or later. Eternals is set over 7,000 years. The main part of Eternal story might be set in present-day MCU, but the movie is also confirmed to explore thousands of years of history. It is previously confirmed through the interview that Eternal story spans 7,000 years. The marketing shows how far back movie will go. Will the poster using the tagline in the beginning and drawing biblical parallels? This is more likely to reference the beginning of human civilization and the role to Eternal play in it, rather than a sign that the MCU universe has only been around for a few thousand years. The Eternal are shown arriving on the Earth thousands of years ago, helping civilization advance in the trailer itself. They are also shown in the ancient Babylon, which should be one many time period and setting there the Eternal visit throughout its time-spanning story. The Eternals are spread over Earth. The Eternal trailer doesn't provide too many detail on what exactly the main characters are up to during the present day, but it does state that most of them are separated and scattered across Earth. Cersei is shown in the UK, where she's presumably Dave Whitman aka Black Knight, and Kingo is famous Bollywood star. Druig appears to be living somewhere in the isolation in the forest before the rest of the Eternal come to see him. While Thena and Gilgamesh seem to be living together, it isn't clear what Ikaris, Pride and Ajak are up to present day, but they presumably are off doing own things well. There are also indications that the Phastos has settled with their down with husband, Makari is only shown in the modern day speed reading by herself with an Oculus headset nearby. Cersei love triangle is central. In addition to seeing how each of the Eternal are on their own, Eternal will also explore multiple relationships between them, including what looks to be love triangle based around Cersei. As the trailer showed how the movie takes place during different points in time, it used the intimacy of Cersei and Ikaris is one of the constant. They are also showing the close and intimate embrace after arriving on the earth the first time, then again in Babylon, and one more in the present day. Presumably after being reunited, however, Gemma Chan has also confirmed that the Cersei has another romance in internal, and set photo shows that how close she gets to Dane Whitman throughout the duration of the film. Cersei will seemingly have to pick between Ikaris and Dane as the movie unfolds, and it will be fascinating to see who she chooses. The Eternals haven't interfered in the past MCU events. Even though the Eternals have been on Earth for thousands of years, they have not been involved in prior MCU events. Prior MCU obviously didn't show them because Marvel didn't have planned for the character at the time. The trailer featured Ajak saying that the Eternal have planned guide humanity throughout its history but never interfered until now. Now it is up to the Eternal to explain why that is the case without it being another aggravating retcon. Like why Nick Fury didn't contact Captain Marvel before Thanos snap. It is the movie follow the comics. The explanation could be that they are on the order not to change the planet nature course unless instructed otherwise by the Celestials. This would be explained why the Eternal didn't interfere in Avengers, Infinity War or Endgame. The major threat brings Eternal out of hiding. The Eternal stance not to get involved will finally change due to the arrival of a new major threat. The official snapshots point to the return of the Deviants being responsible for the Eternal taking a more hands-on approach to saving Earth. The Deviants are creation of the Celestial, just like an Eternal, but they are also monstrous in design. They have only been spotted in the Eternal trailer, but toys for the movie provide a better look at them, although they are certainly different from the comics. The return of the Deviants is apparently a massive deal. If the Eternals set out Loki invasion on Earth with the Chitauri, Ultron attempted takeover and Thanos repeated attack, the Deviants could be among the biggest threat to the MCU has ever faced. The Celestial will appear. The biggest piece of Eternal story that Marvel hid from the first trailer in the Celestial. The Celestial Gem comics haven't been spotted in any footage so far, but Marvel Studios did use them in early concept promotional art for the movie. As the creator of the Eternal and Deviants, they have to appear. This could also be how Marvel laid groundwork for Mutant to join the shared universe, as the Celestial are also responsible for the X-Gen in the comics. The MCU set up the Celestial in the Guardian of the Galaxy as nowhere is head of a dead Celestial. Eternal will show just how powerful the Celestial are and explain what happened to the Celestial that became nowhere. So I hope you like this video, friend. Please subscribe this channel. Thank you.